On this episode of Bayou Wild TV, we continue what started last week, hunting pheasants in the rolling hills of South Dakota.
Come on, back one.
Except this time it's about the friendships, families, the canines, and the future of hunting pheasant at Bad River Bucks and Birds.
Hi, I'm Savanah Hendricks. I'm 14 years old, and I'm Game Fish and Parks Youth Ambassador, and I live in Vivian, out in the country.
Every day, we strive to preserve traditions that have spanned generations.
Around every turn of the bayou, Mother Nature reveals unique people, places, and experiences.
And the bounty of animals and fish. Well, in Louisiana, we just call that lagniappe. I'm Don Dubuque.
I'm Chris LeCoq.
I'm Captain Martha Spencer. Join us as we document the adventure,
Sportsmanship,
and heritage that make us Bayou Wild.
Bad River Bucks and Birds near Draper, South Dakota is a pheasant hunter's paradise. For us at Bayou Wild TV and many other hunters across America, this getaway has become an annual trip. But what keeps bringing people back is more than just pheasant hunting.
So for me, I actually even gave this some thought. You know, what is it that keeps bringing me back to this particular place? And one of the things that I've come down to is relationships for me.
It's always been fun. I don't know if we've ever had any bad experiences. Everybody's always been super nice, and they treat us well, and we in turn try and treat you as well as we can.
Every time I come here, there's something different, right? I appreciate the scenery, I appreciate the hunting, and I think this go round, as I sort of think about what that is, it's really the relationships that I've developed, the new relationships, the existing relationships, the relationships with the dogs, and that's what I enjoy about coming here.
Cherie's ability to be able to come out and adapt to a predominantly male environment is very impressive, right? Along with the fact that she's a lot of times better with the dogs than I am. So having someone here that enjoys the same things I do, enjoys my dogs more than I do, is very, very special. Left one. John! Oh no!
Comes the rooster.
It's a great sport for women to get involved in as novice because it's not like deer hunting where you may get that one opportunity in several hunts. It's really social, so it is a wonderful sport to get involved with. I know my dad was really excited when I started bird hunting. Coming up next, meet a South Dakota teenager whose influence has changed the future of hunting pheasant for all youth throughout the state. All right, it's day 2. We're up here in Draper. We've got a new friend on board today on our hunt. Tell everybody who you are.
Savanah Hendricks.
Savanah is a freshman in high school, an avid hunter. She is actually such a big proponent for hunting that she went to the governor and actually enacted a law where you get a whole extra week of youth hunting now because of her. So all the kids up here that get to hunt longer can thank Savanah.
In 1967, Dutch Stogner realized his dream to run his own meat market. 50 years and 3 generations later, Double D and the Stogner family still operate with Dutch's original commitment to quality. Pick up some Double D sausage today and share your good times with us on Facebook.
Delta Marina is Plaquemines Parish fishing one-stop. Get live bait, fuel, ice, tackle, and marine supplies. Then launch into the world's most productive saltwater fishing. Return to the fishing cleaning station, relax in first-class cabins overlooking the bayou, all in Delta Marina's safety video-monitored parking lot. Need a fishing charter guide? Delta Marina can hook you up. Cook your catch in your kitchenette or dine in the upstairs restaurant. Visit Delta Marina for a day or a week. Stop in just off Highway 11 down Rosemary Drive in Empire. Visit thedeltamarina.com.
Want to be seen on a Bayou Wild episode? Sign up for our Cajun Invasion wild pheasant hunt in the remote hills of South Dakota in mid-November. Bad River Bucks and Birds provides lodging, meals, transportation, dogs, and bird cleaning. Details at dontheoutdoorsguide.com.
At Parish Coffee, we wanted to create a coffee brand that people would love to drink every day. Our medium roasts are nice, bright, nutty coffees. Our dark roast coffees are smooth and rich. I think it's important for consumers to recognize that sometimes it's your neighbor that you're supporting. People can go to parishcoffee.com to find the entire selection of coffees.
Don't be that guy, unregistered, who catches a tagged bass and misses out on cash, a boat, or a truck. Don't be that guy. Sign up today at basscashbash.com.
In 1967, Dutch Stogner realized his dream to run his own meat market. 50 years and 3 generations later, Double D and the Stogner family still operate with Dutch's original commitment to quality. Pick up some Double D sausage today and share your good times with us on Facebook.
Hi, I'm Savanah Hendricks. I'm 14 years old, and I'm Game Fish and Parks Youth Ambassador, and I live in Vivian, out in the country. I wanted to go hunting more because that is what I love to do, and I couldn't ever, so I was just a little frustrated, and so I decided that, well, maybe I should change that. I wasn't ready for that.
Savanah wrote a letter to Governor Nome because she wanted to extend our youth pheasant hunting season. So part of our process is that letter came to me in my office, and I invited Savanah and her parents to come and speak with me about it.
My parents helped me with that idea a little bit. I always had it in mind that I wanted to do that, but I'd never really know how to do it. So I kind of asked them for help, and I asked some other teachers in our school also what they would do. I had teachers come and watch my presentation over and over and over and critique me because I just wanted it to be perfect.
My first thought was there was no way she wrote that herself. but after meeting her, it was very clear that this young lady was so impressive. She knew exactly what she wanted, and everyone says, I don't have time to do this or that, but she truly didn't have time.
The Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday was totally underutilized, like by busy kids, because I'm in volleyball, basketball, track, cheer, you know, everything that I can possibly try to get in, because, you know, I live in a small community and it's kind of my job to try and get into everything that I can.
So her first thought was, well, I'll just change the law to allow for more time. It was incredible.
She told me that this law hadn't been changed for, I think, 11 years and that it was time to upgrade. I had no idea how that process worked.
It's not so easy that I can just change that rule. Our public process is Savanah had to petition our Game Fish and Parks Commission, bring it before them, and then they would make the decision to actually change the law to extend that youth season.
Some of the public comments were like, well, then you're gonna see younger birds get killed. Well, here's the thing, this teaches the kids that you can see the difference from the young birds to the older birds. And like today when we went out hunting, I couldn't tell some of them because they were so young that they still looked like hens. Well, that's just safer to do. If you don't know, don't shoot it.
This last year's social distancing created a great opportunity for South Dakotans to get outside. In March, we had a young lady named Savanah Hendricks. With the goal of getting out in the field more with her family, Savanah created a petition urging the Game Fish and Parks Commission to extend the youth pheasant season from 5 to 9 days. At the May meeting, the Commission adopted Savannah's proposal. It's my hope that you and your story will serve as an example to all South Dakotans to get involved in our policy making. Thank you.
Savanah is an inspiration to all youth hunters, whether boy, girl, wherever they're from, novice or expert, whether they grew up in doing it or they just started. And I think she speaks for any age hunter because she understands why we do it.
Okay, I'm all set. Definitely my mom and dad were my biggest inspiration because by the time I was 2, I was walking in the field with my toy gun and right next to my dad. So right away I learned that to walk in a straight line and to watch your line and, you know, when they, and learn the difference between a rooster and a hen. And so they definitely helped me along this journey. I would love to go to the Black Hills and hunt. I mean, I think that would be even fun. Or to go where you go, just to even fish. That would be so much fun because, well, and I would really like to get an elk tag or a moose because those animals are just amazing. I wouldn't even have to shoot one. I just love to go out there and just watch them. They're just so cool to watch. It's so much fun just to get out there and just to have fun once in a while. I mean, sometimes you need that break and hunting can be so relaxing. You know, sometimes people just need that little something right there from hunting or fishing. It's just nice to get out once in a while.
My name's James Loop, and I won the 2020 Chevy 1500. It was first day at roughly 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening. I was like, let's stay fishing. And she's like, maybe we need to get back to the launch, you know? Yeah, I had a blast. It was a great summer tournament. Thank you, Super Chevy Dealers, for my 2020 Silverado.
Whether an hour or a month, a dog is always excited to see its master when they return. At Bad River Bucks and Birds, the same can be said about the humans to their dogs.
Well, it's hard to even call them dogs here. They're more family members than anything.
Tail waggers range from puppies new to the fields to retirees who enjoy a comfortable life at the lodge greeting guests. From Labradors of every color to guest dogs of a multitude of species, no room is void of a cold nose to push into your hands. It's as much a dog's life as a hunter's at Bad River.
They sleep in our beds, they sleep on our couches. They literally are, for the most part, our children. We just keep accumulating dogs, it seems like.
You can find hunters and dogs napping on the communal wraparound couch between hunts and after. And nobody minds because everyone earned their spot.
I spend a large amount of time with my dogs. Right? On average, I would say we train 5 to 8 hours a week. So they work for me and they're my best friends, right? I spend a lot of time with my dogs trying to improve them because with their success is my success.
The dogs are the heartbeat of the lodge. They are vital to successful hunts and are treated accordingly.
We sure treat ours like kids and do everything we can to make sure they're happy.
I hunt from Texas to the Dakotas, and it's very few places that allow you to do this. And it's exceptional because not only will they let me bring and work my dogs, they adapt our hunting for my dogs. It's very unique for an outfitter to be able to allow you to do that.
Dogs are hunters' best friends, even if they come with a little mud.
One of the reasons why Double D has been around for 50 years is because we are consistent with what built the business. And we go to great lengths to make sure that when you bring a deer or a hog or whatever it may be, your meat stays your meat all the way through the process. But we want to be as true to the original intent, which is a local meat company. And that's something that we want to maintain for as long as the Lord lets us do it.
Here's how I guarantee my crawfish tastes great every time. I use Louisiana Fish Fry brand seafood boil. Why do the pros use Louisiana Fish Fry seafood boil?
Because the flavor is so good.
Louisiana Fish Fry seafood boil has more garlic, onion, paprika, lemon, and not too much salt.
Louisiana Fish Fry brand seafood boil. Find the yellow bag, pour and boil for great crawfish every time.
Welcome back. We're with Holly Hearn from Game Girl Outdoors. Hotshot Holly Hearn here. She specializes in wild game, and you travel to different lodges and fishing camps all across the country.
Yeah, so Game Girl Gourmet is a company that I started. I'm the owner and private chef, and we specialize in providing really unique wild cuisine for hunting lodges, offshore fishing charters, and bird hunting has always been something near and dear to my heart. And these pheasants were from a previous pheasant hunt that I did with my dad.
Holly, what are we making today?
So we are gonna make a satsuma and soy pheasant with white rice.
Went with the satsuma because it's more local.
Yes, so the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna take these breasts off the bone. I'm going to cube up these breasts and toss them in a light coating of cornstarch. So you just want to get like a light coating. You don't want it to be too heavy. Again, you're not deep frying this pheasant, we're stir frying it. So having just a very light coating of cornstarch is sufficient for what we need.
Oh yeah, the grease is hot now. Now is this similar to chicken in that it cooks pretty fast?
Absolutely. Pheasant is actually very lean, so it tends to cook a lot faster. So under normal circumstances, I would recommend using a wok, something with rounded sides so you could stir things around. But non-stick skillets work just fine. That's a pretty specialized piece of equipment.
Right. And they heat up very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Now I know what to do with our Cajun invasion birds.
Yeah, absolutely. Pheasant is just such a versatile bird. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're going to make our satsuma sauce. So we're gonna start by sauteing some green onions or shallots, whites. You wanna saute that for about 30-40 seconds. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my satsuma juice. So what I did to make this was just put several satsumas in the blender and then strained it through a fine mesh strainer. So I'm gonna add some satsuma zest to this.
Now what does zest do? A lot of people use it, but I don't really understand what it
So
does.
there's lots of essential oils in the zest, and it really carries a lot of the bright flavor. So this one is going to cook down just a bit. It doesn't take a long time, like maybe 10 minutes. And most of that is just getting the sugars dissolved. But instead of using sugar, you could use sugar if you wanted, but I'm going to use a local honey. Go and I'll tell you when to stop.
All right.
So then we're gonna let this simmer for just a bit, and I'm going to add some red pepper flakes, that little bit of spice.
A little bit of this.
Yeah, just a little bit of heat.
Man, this looks way better than the corner Chinese place.
So I'm going to add this pheasant back to our sauce and just give it a nice little toss. So this sauce is good for up to 6 pheasant breasts.
This is easily a 3-person meal, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That looks delicious.
Here,
so it's satsuma orange pheasant.
Yes.
A la Holly Hearn.
Satsuma soy. Yeah.
Soy satsuma pheasant.
Yeah, that's a tongue
A la
twister.
Holly Hearn Game Girl Gourmet. Say that 3 times fast. Thank you, Holly.
Delta Marina is Plaquemines Parish fishing one-stop. Get live bait, fuel, ice, tackle, and marine supplies. Then launch into the world's most productive saltwater fishing. Return to the fishing cleaning station, relax in first-class cabins overlooking the bayou, all in Delta Marina's safety video-monitored parking lot. Need a fishing charter guide? Delta Marina can hook you up. Cook your catch in your kitchenette or dine in the upstairs restaurant. Visit Delta Marina for a day or a week. Stop in just off Highway 11 down Rosemary Drive in Empire. Visit thedeltamarina.com.
At Parish Coffee, we wanted to create a coffee brand that people would love to drink every day. Our medium roasts are nice, bright, nutty coffees. Our dark roast coffees are smooth and rich. I think it's important for consumers to recognize that sometimes it's your neighbor that you're supporting. People can go to parishcoffee.com to find the entire selection of coffees.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane can do that. When you are cooking with clean, affordable propane, you're cooking with gas. In the wintertime, nothing heats a home like Louisiana propane. And when you need hot water, propane's got you covered. Oh, and you won't regret that propane generator when the power goes out. Fuel for our future. I'm Miss Louisiana Courtney Hammonds. For more information and to find a propane dealer near you, visit louisianapropane.com.
We love our children. We protect them. We guide them. We prepare them for life in the world. With all that we do, from deep in our hearts, we cannot control all things. Life-threatening illnesses and disabilities affect far too many of our children each year. While we cannot change the circumstance, we can make dreams come true. Dreams to provide hope, to provide spiritual healing and strength, to provide moments of happiness and relief in the hardest of times. We can give a glimmer of light and hope in a time of darkness and despair. Join huntofalifetime.org to help make dreams come true, to provide hope for children with life-threatening illnesses and disabilities. Hunt of a Lifetime is a non-profit organization fulfilling dreams for hunting and fishing trips to youth 21 and under with life-threatening illnesses and disabilities. Visit huntofalifetime.org to learn how you can make a difference.
Another Bayou Wild Cajun invasion to Bad River bucks and birds is in the books, and this is one trip we'll be talking about for many years.
Delivering milk. Delivering pheasants.
There's a lot to see that we don't see. Very distracting to watch around and be like, oh, there's a deer over there. Oh, there's a coyote over there. Oh, there's 5 prairie dogs over there. Look, there's some geese up there. It's a lot like Louisiana in that everybody here appreciates the nature, but it's just so different.
Jackrabbit.
Jackrabbit.
Look at that thing. That's the funniest looking animal I've ever seen. The hospitality in South Dakota show that the North and the South are not as different as some may think.
Oh, no, it's part of tradition. It's part of who you are. It doesn't matter where you're doing it, as long as you're doing it. It's about that camaraderie and being with your friends and family, and sometimes strangers that become friends and family.
I mean, I love to go deer hunting, and dove hunting's really fun too.
Despite opposing weather, landscape, and dialect, Cajuns and South Dakotans both enjoy some good food, great hunting, and sharing their heritage.
It's just a fun time to go pheasant hunting with some friends.
What am I, about an 8-pounder?
And also some great storytelling, which makes them Bayou Wild folks too.